All right, we still got time in the show, so let's head over to another division here. Got to try to do these last 4 divisions by Tuesday, folks. Time is against us. So let's head over to the AFC South now and start talking about some narratives that we are going to be watching from the AFC South teams, Titans, Colts, Texans, Jags, as we head into training camp. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's start here with the Titans. Alrighty. Julio Jones, obviously, how is he fitting in? We know he's going to fit in fine. We're really not worried about it, but it's a big story. It's probably the biggest trade that happened this offseason. So, obviously, we're going to kind of keep close tabs. Obviously, we've got more important things, more pressing matters that we need to kind of watch for. But we'll throw Julio Jones in here. Julio Jones, how is he acclimating? And we've been hearing, everything we've been hearing is great, folks. I mean, he's coming and filling in. He said himself, hey, I'm not trying to take over the job. I'll fit in as the number 2. If A.J. Brown still wants the number 1, he can keep number 11. I don't need it. I'm not worried about it. I'm here to win, and that's it. And for that, we respect the hell out of that, though. So, Julio Jones, how is he acclimating to the Titans? It seems like it's great so far. We're not really worried about it. Derrick Henry, once again, we're not worried about the man. The man's going to be fantastic. And really, it's just going to be the defense. Because they did kind of retool the defense a little bit. They got rid of Malcolm Butler. They brought in a new corner. Let me see who they brought in. Get their depth chart up. And also want to see what they did in the draft. Get a refresher on that. So the Titans, here we go. Defensively, they got Caleb Farley and Amari Janoris Jenkins for their corners. Kevin Byard and Amani Hooker as their safeties. What do we got? Rashad Evans. Oh, they got Bud Dupree. That was kind of another solid pickup from the Steelers. But once again, he did just get something happen to this man. I think he's going to be out for a little bit. What do we got here? Let's go to news. What happened with Bud Dupree? I thought something like an injury, like setback. Let's get this up. Bud Dupree. What do we got news-wise? Tennessee Titans placed rookie cornerback. Oh, no, that's Caleb Farley. Bud Dupree. Oh, he's okay. So he's on the physically unable to perform list. That's what it was. Bud Dupree, which definitely isn't great. Obviously, we want you on the field as soon as possible. ASAP. Let's turn this off so we can actually get to the site. Jeez Louise. You have an ad blocker on and they treat you like you're Hitler out here. Nope, you're not coming in here. Not with that ad blocker. And now I got everything playing out here. Now I got freaking 12 videos playing. Jeez. All right, but here we go. Tennessee placed edge rusher Bud Dupree on physically unable to perform list and first-round corners Caleb Farley on the non-football injury list. Both moves stem from previous injuries. Dupree tore his ACL with the Steelers last December. He hasn't laid out a clear timetable for his return, recently noting it's not his decision. So that's never great. We really need him here. This definite Titans defense definitely needs him here. And then, Caleb Farley, we'll see what he can do. Hopefully he's good to go. Where do we have him ranked on our cornerback big board going into this year? We have him number 3. We have him under Patrick Surtain and J.C. Horn, and then we have Caleb Farley number 3, ahead of Asante Samuel and Greg Newsome. So we'll see how he pans out for this Titans team. But it's really just going to be the Titans team that kind of makes or breaks, or the Titans defense that makes or breaks this team. This offense should be real solid. They do have a new offensive coordinator since they lost their offensive coordinator to now the new head coach of the Falcons. So let's get this Titans offensive coordinator up here. Let's see what he's been doing. Todd Downing. Let's see what he does. Todd Downing. Coaching history. Let's see what he's been doing. Can we trust him? Because that's going to be a narrative to watch for. This Titans offense has been real solid. Ryan Tannehill has been playing like an above-average game manager. The yards have been a little bit low, but the overall production, he's just being the game manager like he needs to be. Derrick Henry being the kind of main workhorse running back that's getting them into the great field positions for the touchdowns, for the field goals, for the points just in general. So we got to see Todd Downing. How does he run the offense? And can he keep Tannehill an above average game manager I want to say not really level, but that's just kind of the zone that he is when we rank quarterbacks above average game managers. That's not a knock. That's actually a solid thing to be in this league. You're not, a Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers who can go out and like single-handedly win you the football game by just pure passing. Ryan Tannehill relying on great weapons, relying on Derrick Henry, the best rusher in the NFL, and the best rusher to ever grace the field. I've got no problem saying that. But above average game managers, there's really two of them in this league, Ryan Tannehill and Baker Mayfield. They're not, we just saw Ryan Tannehill struggle in the AFC Championship game, 2 years ago. He's not going to get it done purely passing. You need an elite run game to really help him out. Now, he can do it on the run. He's got, great kind of a dual threat game. He throws on the run very well. I compare him throwing on the run to Russell Wilson. I think it's really kind of similar in that aspect. So we're not knocking Ryan Tannehill at that, but we're just saying, how does this new offensive coordinator handle it? How does he handle Ryan Tannehill? How does he handle, distributing the ball between all the playmakers? How does he handle Derrick Henry? So we're going to kind of have to watch that. But let's go back to his coaching history here. Todd Downing. What do we got? All right. So started with the Vikings in 2003 as football system analyst. For 2 years he did that. And then he got upgraded to offensive quality control for the Vikings. Then he went to the Rams and was a defense special team assistant. All right, a little interesting. He did that for 2 seasons with the Rams, then got upgraded to defensive quality control. And then he went to the Lions. And then he's like, no, I saw the offense, I saw the defense, and I like the offense better because he was the offensive quality control for the Lions year 1, assistant quarterbacks coach year 2, and then the quarterbacks coach for the next 3 years with the Lions. Then he goes to the Bills and was the quarterbacks coach for the Bills in 2014. Then he was the quarterbacks coach for the Raiders 2015, 2016. Then he went to the Raiders for the offensive coordinator job for only 1 year. And then he went back to the Vikings for an offensive assistant job. So let's see what happened with his Raiders team in 2017 where he was the offensive coordinator. This was the job, but he only did it for 1 season. So did something not good happen here? What do we got? They went 6-10. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's see. Where can I go? Looking for a tab. Here we go. Can I break I want to break down the... I want to go to his season. I want to go to this this 2017 year. I want to see what this offense did. Well, let's see what the starters did. Let's do this first, and then we'll see what the overall team did in comparison. So Derek Carr threw for 3,400 yards, 13 picks. Okay, 3,400, very light there. They had Marshawn Lynch, and he only had 891 yards. Okay, little light. So that's not great. Derek Carr with a great running back. Ryan Tannehill with a great running back. Not really getting it done. They went 6-10. Man. So let me see if I can get to the 2017 NFL season. NFL season. Here we go. I want to see what the offense did for the Raiders and where they stacked up. So here we go. The Raiders 2017. They ranked... My God, 23rd. Jeez. They put up 5,000 yards. That was 300 less yards, unfortunately. 200 less yards than the average. Passing, they put up 3,600 yards. That was 100 yards above the average, so not terrible. Rushing, they put up 1,500 yards. That was 200 yards below the average. And they scored 301 points, and the average was 347. So a little on the light side offensively. And then we'll see Todd Downing go to an offensive assistant for the Vikings the year after that. Then he goes to the tight ends coach for the Titans for 2 seasons, and now here we are with him being an offensive coordinator. So we have our doubts on Todd Downing, folks. That's not good. What I just saw was not good. So... Yeah. Okay. You had Derek Carr and Marshawn Lynch, folks. I mean, kind of the same. Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry. Real great, solid weapons right there. So Todd Downing, he's going to have to get it done here. Bar is set. And that's really what we have to watch out for this Titans team. Let's go to their draft real quick. Do they have any offensive pieces that they picked up? Here we go. And we're talking about the Titans. Tennessee. All right, Caleb Farley, obviously, hopefully he's good to go. Like we just said, he's kind of on the non-football injury list. So hopefully he's good to go. But then they just got a wide receiver in the 6th round, Racy McMath. Racy McMath? Okay. He's 6'3". I love it, so we'll see if he can emerge. But that's really what we got to see. Julio Jones acclimating, and Todd Downing, the new offense coordinator. Can he get it done? We're really solid with the other weapons. We've got no problem. All right. Let's well, let me also put the defense. Defense still has to be solid. We'll leave it at that. Okay, next team in the AFC South, the Colts. Oh, boy, we got high expectations for this Colts team. They are our preseason Super Bowl champions. We think they have a good shot at going 17-0, and we said what we just said, folks. So, what do we got to see from the Colts? Obviously, Carson Wentz has to stay healthy. We cannot see any tweaks, jabs, hindering sins. He can't be hobbled at all is what I'm trying to get here, folks. Carson Wentz has to stay 100% healthy. Do not want to see any even, let me quote it here, small tweaks. That's what I don't want to hear. 2 days coming out of practice, there's a headline, Carson Wentz, small tweak of his ankle, or small tweak in his hamstring, or small tweak in his throwing arm, small tweak in his non-throwing arm. We don't want to hear anything like that, because that's just going to give credit to you being injured at some point again this season, at some point in the regular season, because that's the only knock that we have on Carson Wentz. Everything else is fine. I'm loving everything else I've been seeing from Carson Wentz. The leadership, it's a little in question, but it's in question because of the Philadelphia overall locker room. They never really bought into Carson Wentz because he couldn't stay healthy and not really reliable. And when you're talking about the captain of your team, the quarterback, the face of the franchise, if he's not out there consistently, reliably, nobody's going to buy into you. They're like, okay, why am I taking your word when you're not even going to be out there on the field with us? So Nick Foles, what do you got? Yeah, that's good. I like what Nick Foles said. I'm going with what Nick Foles is saying. Here we go. Look at this. Look at how trash this is. See, I turn off my ad block, and then this video wants to start playing in the browser that we haven't been on for the last 10 minutes, and it wants to kind of, hey, look at me. I got noise going on over here. See what happens? Never turn off your ad blocker, ever. Just don't go to the site, folks. Damn. Back to the Colts. Got to see Carson Wentz stay 100% healthy. I do not want to see even one small tweak to any part of his body. The smallest part, the pinky, the thumb, the pinky toe, what other small members he has on his body. I don't want nothing getting injured by Carson Wentz. And I'm going to say, put this one up here. Michael Pittman Jr. This man has been absolutely fantastic, sleeping truly under the radar, but I want to see him emerge as a huge, aggressive, tier 2 wide receiver in this league. The kind of second option. Obviously, they still got T.Y. Hilton, so Michael Pittman's probably never going to be the number 1 on this team, but I want to see him be such an explosive number 2 that they basically have 2 number 1s on their team. So Michael Pittman Jr., can he be an explosive, true A1 tier 2 wide receiver? A1 tier 2 wide receiver in this league. Obviously, A1 tier 2 is the best of the tier 2s. So basically, you put an A1 tier 2 wide receiver, they're basically a tier 1 wide receiver, just not an A1 tier 1 wide receiver. So that's what we are expecting. We're expecting big things from Michael Pittman Jr. Can Frank Reich re-coach this man? They have history together. And another thing I want to watch for offensively here for this Colts team, how do the Colts handle their great running back depth, because I kind of want to see it running back by committee, what the Ravens did last season where they were rotating all three in. I want to see all three get great rotational carries. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor could do it all himself. He absolutely could do it all himself, but I'm a big fan of Marlon Mack. I'm a big fan of Nyheim Hines. I think they can all run. I think they can all catch out of the backfield as well, folks. This Colts running back roster, this Colts running back room is absolutely magnificent, folks. Absolutely magnificent. Let me just bring up all those. I just got to look at them all, folks. We just got to look at them all real quick. Let's start with Jonathan Taylor. NFL, I don't watch your stats. I never go to NFL.com for stats. I don't know why they just brought up college stats. And now we have to go 3 links down for, here we go. All right, Jonathan Taylor, 1,100 yards last season. And then he also caught for 300 yards. So once again, just very solid there. Nice addition in the passing game as well as the running game. So Jonathan Taylor is absolutely fantastic. We know this. Marlon Mack now. Let's get his stats up. Here we go. Marlon Mack. He was injured last season, so he didn't really play, but he's still great, folks. He rushed for 1,000 yards in 2019, was getting better every single year. He's going into his 5th year this season. We still believe in Marlon Mack, and we still believe he can get it done. Catching the ball, not as good. His best season was 225 yards, so Jonathan Taylor a little bit better. But let's look at Nyheim Hines, the forgotten one. The forgotten Colts running back out here. Yes, they have 3 deep, folks. Alrighty, last year, 380 yards and 482 yards receiving. So once again, he put up 800 yards. You get all these 3 in together. They can all rush the ball. They can pretty much all catch the ball as well. Keep them fresh. Keep them rotated. Everything by committee. There is no kind of big superstar on this team. T.Y. Hilton, he's a real solid wide receiver, but he's never been, top 3. Has he ever been top 3 in this league, folks? And I'm not trying to knock him. I'm just saying, has he ever been top 3? Carson Wentz, good quarterback, real solid quarterback, always injured. He's never been top 3, absolutely not. Running back, Jonathan Taylor, he's real solid, don't get us wrong, but is he top 3? Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, a little bit better. I don't know if I could put Jonathan Taylor, top 3. He's only been in the league 1 year, so it's like, what are we doing? But nobody is kind of, hey, I'm Tom Brady. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna lead us to the promised land. No. They're all solid players in that they're in their position. Get them the help them, have them all just kind of rely and play off of each other, and let's have a great just team overall. This Colts overall team, ooh, it's just a great team, folks, overall. So Colts, man, I want to see them use their running backs like the Ravens did last season, folks. Everybody getting carries, everybody getting it done. Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins, and I'm blanking on the other Raven. I believe he's still there. We know that Mark Ingram has left. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, they all just truly got it done last year, and I want to see the Colts do the same exact thing that they did. All right, next team up here, the Houston Texans. Jeez Louise. I don't even know what to say about this team, folks. I don't even know. Is Deshaun Watson going to jail? I mean, that's really it. That's really what this season's going to hang on. If they have Deshaun Watson, they may be able to win a couple of games just because he's that talented. He can single-handedly lead this team to wins. He is one of those great elite quarterbacks that, hey, defense is trash. I don't care. I don't care about y'all. I'm on the field now. I'm scoring. Y'all can try to stop them from scoring, but whatever we do offensively, we're scoring. So we're just going to have to try to outscore them. So is Deshaun Watson going to jail? That's the big one. Can he stay on the field? Because he's going to be playing there. They're not going to trade him. What do they even have as weapons anymore? I know they had big wide receivers last season, but I think they got rid of some of them. They got Brandon Cooks and Randall Cobb. That's still real solid. I love that. They got David Johnson and Philip. Okay, and they got 3 good running backs here. David Johnson, Philip Lindsay, and Mark Ingram. Oh, running back by committee with the Texans too. Big fan of Philip Lindsay. The Broncos should have kept Philip Lindsay over Melvin Gordon. I don't know what they were thinking. How do you give up back-to-back 1,000-yard rushers when Melvin Gordon's never rushed for 1,000 yards in his career? What is that? What is that about? David Johnson's great. Was it really utilized to the fullest extent last season with the Cardinals? I don't think he broke 1,000 yards. Yeah, 691. I thought it was real kind of lame that the Cardinals didn't use this man or the Houston Texans didn't use this man very well last season. Also his career in Carolina. But Carolina's got or had Kenyon Drake. They didn't really use him to the best of his ability. But I do believe he had 1,000 yards, so solid there. All right. Yeah, so this Texans team, man, they've got pieces. This is good. They just got Anthony Miller, obviously, from that trade. Kiki Cutie, that man ruined a game. Deshaun Watson fumbled on the goal line. Kiki Cutie fumbled on the goal line 2 different games, back-to-back weeks. Real bad there, and they ended up losing both of them. So they still got an offense that this is a winnable offense, folks, 100%. 2 great wide receivers, Randall Cobb, Brandon Cooks, 3 great running backs, an elite quarterback. Jordan Akins, tight end. What do we got here? I believe he did go to tight end university, so I think we can buy him up a little bit more. He is 6'4" as well. Let's get up our tight end university list. Tight end university list. Absolutely love this. We check this every single day, folks. If you're a tight end and got invited to tight end university, we buy you even more instantly. That's all that needs to be said. You went around, you were with the greatest tight ends in the league, picking their brain, learning from them, getting better. Absolutely. I'll buy you all 100% now. So let's see. Was Jordan Akins invited to tight end university? Here we go. Jonnu Smith, Ebron, Hawkinson, Njoku, Kyle Pitts, Ethan Wolf, O.J. Howard, Evan Ingram, Hunter Henry, Blake Bell, Kyle Rudolph, Logan Thomas, Dawson Knox, Dallas Goedert, tight end Irv Smith Jr., Tyler Higbee, Chris Herndon, Austin Hooper. Where is this man at? Hayden Hurst. Where is this man at? Anthony Fursker. Where is he at? Dominic Daphne. Will Disley. Alex Ellis. Luke Stalker. Eli Wolf. This isn't good. Did he not get invited to tight end university? Oh, that's a knock on Jordan Akins, baby. We can't buy him. He's not a good tight end, folks. This is how you know who the good tight ends are, if they were on this list. So that's not good. Tight end's going to have to be a little bit better without learning from the best. It's going to be hard to do. So that's not great. But overall, offensively, they got it all besides the tight end. Defensively, what are we working with here defensively? Malik Collins, Whitney Merciless, Zach Cunningham, Eric Murray, Justin Reed, and Terrence Mitchell. What did Terrence Mitchell do last year? No interceptions. He had 3 forced fumbles. That's real solid. 13 pass defenses. That's real solid as well. Not terrible. Let's bring him up. We got, this is such a good website right here. Love this website. Playerprofile.com, folks. You can go to any corner and see what they did against their matchup in the game last season. You can only go 1 year back, which is a little unfortunate, but hey, we can see what he did last year. So let's look up Terrence Mitchell. Can we buy this man? Is he shutting down the elite talent? Let's see. Terrence Mitchell, where art thou? Where art thou? Terrence. Did I spell it right? T-E-R-A-A. T-E-R-R-A-E. All right, let's try this again. Terrence Mitchell. There he is. All right, here we go. Terrence Mitchell. Can we buy this man? He's only 5'11", not the greatest, but here we go. Against some good talent here. A.J. Green, 3 of 10 for 36 yards, 2 pass breakups. That's solid work right there. Terry McLaurin, 4 of 7 for 73 yards. That's a burn. Amari Cooper, 13 of 15 for 159 yards. Big old burn right there against one of the best in the game. A.J. Green, again, 4 of 5 for 49 yards. Nelson Aguilar, 4 of 5 for 27 yards. That's a solid. But once again, Nelson Aguilar is not anything good in this league. James Washington, 5 of 8 for 120 yards. That's a big old burn. Gosh dang. Will Fuller, 5 of 6 for 34 yards. That's a good lockup. A.J. Brown, 5 of 8 for 99 yards. But he had a pick as well, so not bad overall, but he did give up a big amount of yards. Sterling Shepard, 1 of 3 for 10 yards. That's good. Marquise Brown, 3 of 5 for 63 yards. A little bit of a burn there. So he's not really guarding very well out there. Against tier 2s, he's a little iffy, and against tier 1s, he's getting his ass beat every single time. So the defense for the Texans is really going to have to step it up because the offense is fine. So the defense is going to have to be solid. Just solid. We don't need this to be like an A1 tier 1 shutdown defense because we know the offense can carry. Because the offense should be able to carry. All right. And then before we move off of the Texans, I just kind of want to quickly see what they did last year defensively, see where they were statistically and all that. So let's bring this up very quickly, and then we'll move on to the last team in the AFC South. All right, so 2020, here we go. What are we looking for? We're looking for the Texans, Houston Texans. Where art thou? Where art thou? Oh, this is the offense. Where were they offensively ranked? Let's get that up real quickly. Wow, they were 27th. Real interesting. They had 6,600 yards, which is well above the average of 5,700. Very well done. Oh, this is defense. That's not good then. Yeah, okay. They gave up 6,600 yards. That's basically the most given up. The most given up was 6,700 by the Lions. So this Texans defense was absolutely trash, giving up so many yards. Gave up 4,000 passing yards. That's 300 above the average. They gave up 2,500 rushing yards. That's 600 above the average. Holy moly, absolutely trash. Yeah, this Texans defense was absolutely trash last season. And it didn't really do anything to fix that. What do they do draft-wise? Where are we at draft-wise for this Houston Texans team? Yeah, they didn't even have a first 2-round pick, folks. They traded them away. They got trash. And then they went with quarterback and a wide receiver and a tight end. They completely ignored the defense. How crazy. Wow, yeah, this team is absolutely dumpster. Absolutely dumpster. All right. Let's see if we can leave on a good note here. Let's look at the Houston Texans offense. It could be top 10 offense in the league. Let's see what it was last year. Obviously, it didn't translate to wins because that defense was so trash. But here we go. Houston Texans offense. Where are they looking like? Oh, okay. A little lower than I thought. Number 18. They put up 6,000 yards, 384 points, which is slightly below the average of 394, unfortunately. So I guess it's not bad. They put up 4,500 yards passing. That was very good. That was well above the average. Rushing, they put up 1,400 yards, which was well below the average. So obviously we know Deshaun Watson can carry the team. All right. Last team in the AFC South here to talk about. What are we looking for? We're looking for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, oh my goodness. I don't want to talk about this team, folks. They have he who shall not be named. Here we go, folks. Jacksonville Jaguars. How quickly does Tim Tebow get cut? Hopefully sooner rather than later. I mean, folks, can we just talk about how ridiculous that is? That they signed Tim Tebow, that they have this man that he's actively trying to be on an NFL roster. Can we just talk about how absurd that is and how disrespectful that is? Because it still upsets me, folks. It still sickens me that Tim Tebow is on a team right now and looking like he'll probably make it. He'll probably make the final roster. Disgusting. He didn't get invited to quarterback or tight end university because nobody respects him. I don't respect him. And because I don't respect him, I just lost respect for Urban Meyer. So how does Urban Meyer fit in? How is Urban Meyer looking? Can he coach? I doubt it. The man doesn't even know the rules. He lost his OTAs next season because I forgot what rule he broke, but it was something of not knowing the practice rules on when to kind of go full contact or how many players or something along those lines. It was something. But he broke the rules, and now he doesn't have the OTAs next season. That's his punishment because he's so trash and he doesn't even know the rules of the game. So that's it. Trevor Lawrence, I'm sure, is going to be great. Travis Etienne, I'm sure, is going to be real, real good. Everything else is going to be a moot point because Tim Tebow's in the locker room frustrating everybody because he shouldn't be there. I'm telling y'all, nobody respects this man. If you truly get the 100% honest truth out of players, not just the kind of the media boilerplate kind of responses, they would already tell you, we do not respect Tim Tebow. Nobody does. I can guarantee it. 99% don't. Yes, there's one outlier. I think Darren Waller said he wanted to go and work with him. Somebody, which just upset us even more. But 99% of players would honestly say we don't respect this man. That's why he didn't get invited to tight end university. I mean, Travis Kelce and George Kittle could have taken the easy way out. If they invited Tim Tebow to tight end university would be plastered all over the media. All over the media. Everybody would be talking about it, and the tight ends, everybody would just start paying tight ends for no reason. Just because they invited the media darling, the media star, Tim Tebow. But they didn't do that because they have morals and they have respect for themselves of not inviting him. Trash. He's trash, folks. He's 6'2". The shortest tight end in the league is 6'2". Is he going to be able to compete with Darren Waller 6'6", Kyle Pitts 6'6", Travis Kelce 6'5", George Kittle 6'4", great route running ability? The man couldn't even be his best at his own position. How do you work your entire life to be a quarterback and then still trash at that? And think you can work as a tight end? I don't love it. I hate it. I don't buy it. I sell it 1,000,000,000%, and I lost all respect for Urban Meyer in the process. And that's the only thing I care about in Jacksonville. Tim Tebow getting off the team. That's all I want to see, is Tim Tebow not be on a football team. So, how quickly does Tim Tebow get cut? Gotta be day one. Soon as he shows up, hopefully everybody has come to their senses and just been like, I honestly don't know why we did this. You're gone. I don't know why you're still why are you still here? Why are you still showing up? You thought we were serious about you? No, leave, please. Take your things and leave. We don't want to see you ever again. So, I don't care about Trevor Lawrence. I don't care about Travis Etienne. I don't care about DJ Chark. I don't care about anybody else that they have on their team. Tim Tebow needs to go, and then I'll start buying the team. Urban Meyer needs to come to his senses, and then maybe I can buy into Urban Meyer a little bit. So that's our narratives for the AFC South. Titans, Julio Jones, can he get acclimated to the Titans? Todd Downing, can he run an offense as good as Arthur Smith did the last 2 years? Can he keep Ryan Tannehill at an above-average game manager pace? Hopefully he doesn't shallow down the offense at all, the running game at all. Get Derrick Henry to 2,200 yards rushing, please. And then the defense still has to be solid. For the Colts, Carson Wentz has to stay 1,000,000% healthy, folks. No tweaks, no bumps, no bruises, no scrapes, no scratches, nothing. 100% healthy, clean as a whistle. What else we got? Michael Pittman Jr., can he be an explosive A1 Tier 2 wide receiver in this league? How do the Colts handle the great running back depth? And I want to see all three in rotation. Texans, is Deshaun Watson going to jail? Is the defense going to have to be, the defense is going to have to be solid, just solid, because the offense should be able to carry them. And then Jacksonville, how quickly does Tim Tebow get cut? And hopefully sooner rather than later. And then Urban Meyer, can he coach? Because everything that we've just seen, he's running a circus over there. And I do not get behind circuses. I have never been to a circus, and I will not support the circuses. Ringling Brothers are a shame to this country, and I will not support that. And Tim Tebow is the Ringling brother of the NFL, and I will not respect it. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for us today. We're back tomorrow, live noon Eastern. We're going to have to finish the last three divisions, the AFC East, AFC North, and the AFC West, getting our training camp narratives down and written, so they're on the record, so we can go over them for the next couple of months, month and a half, month and a half about. So we can go over that, keep track of that, and see what teams we are buying come week one. What have we seen? Teams growing, teams improving, teams falling off, teams just falling into oblivion. Not even a thought this year. So we'll see what these teams do. And we'll finish up the narratives tomorrow, getting us ready for Tuesday, baby. Teams open up training camp Tuesday. TTT, Teams Tuesday Training Camp, baby. TT alliteration, triple T's. y'all know what it is. So, alrighty, folks. That's